April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and NOTMESD is our program to combat sexual assault and domestic violence. Desi Bergman is in studio with a special guest next.
Hey, do you have jewelry you don't wear anymore? Well, guess what? Leo Hamill just doesn't sell jewelry. They will buy your jewelry, diamonds, gold, silver, flatware, coins, or Swiss watches for the best possible price and pay you on the spot. They'll even buy them even if they're broken. Here's an idea. Why not sell the jewelry or watch that you're not wearing and then buy a gun that you can shoot? When you sell to Leo Hamill, not only will you get the best deal, you'll also be supporting the Second Amendment. Support the company to support the 2A. Call 619-299-1500, or you can visit their website at leohamill.com to find the jewelry buyer location near you. Always get awesome service at Leo. 619-299-1500. All right, Desi, what do you got for us tonight?
I have on the line Patricia, who is the founder of Crime Survivors. Patricia, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on tonight.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. So, Patricia,
Absolutely.
I know you have a great story, and could you tell us a little bit about your story and what inspired you to create Crime Survivors?
Absolutely. So April 4th of 2002, my personal trainer came into my house, drugged me, wrapped my face and head in a saran wrap, beat me black and blue, screaming that he was going to kill me and my son, which was 12 at the time. Life-changing experience, situation, and circumstance. By the grace of the Lord, that I am still here today to be able to have started Crime Survivors to bring awareness, prevention, advocacy, and healing throughout our communities to help all victims of violent crime, whether it's families of murder, survivors of attempted murder, rape, domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, elder abuse, and human trafficking. And especially, obviously this month with Sexual Assault Awareness Month, Child Abuse Prevention Month, it's a lot to take in to be able to turn it around to help others.
No, 100%. And, April being Sexual Assault Awareness Month, I know you guys deal with a wide variety of victims, right? And can you tell me a little bit about the programs that you offer to help victims that come to you to, help them?
Yeah, and we're in a difficult climate today, and so every victim needs something different. And so for us, we like to do an intake, and we like to find out what it is, where they're at, what are their needs, not only for themselves, but for their children, for their family members, because we have to be able to help the whole family unit in order to make change, to break the cycles, to hopefully empower hope and healing. And so that could start with things like diapers and wipes for their children. It could be counseling and therapy, case management, wraparound services. A lot of victims need to relocate to another location so that the offender criminal doesn't find out where they're at and come back and do even worse to them and take their life or harm their family members as well. So a lot really depends on what that victim needs. We're there to listen, to hear them, to provide, to give additional resources as well, and just be there so that they know that they're not alone.
Yeah, and being alone in these situations is one of the hardest things. And, if you look at the statistics, rape and domestic violence are the most
Underreported?
There you go. Thanks, Mike. Underreported, crime that's out there. And Patricia, if you could tell a victim that hasn't come forward because they're scared, what would you tell them today?
Well, and I think the number one thing, especially through the pandemic, through COVID, it is unreported a lot more in this climate because justice is also not served to those that are committing crimes. But I want the victims to know that they're not alone. They don't have to walk this journey alone. They can't hide from it. So even if they were to bury it in their gut, in a sense, and not want to talk about it, it's still going to come up in different ways, in different formats. So if they're able to get the help and support, they don't even have to report to the police if they don't want to. We suggest that they do because we want to hold those individuals accountable that have committed the crime because we feel that they will go on and do it again to somebody else. But we want to make sure that they have every aspect to be able to get through it. So they know that they're not alone. We're there to help. We're there to support. And just listen to them whether it's with reporting or not reporting.
Right. And Patricia, tell me, do you guys have clinics or, centers that these women or families can go to if they're seeking shelter?
A lot of things is really in our agency is wraparound services and additional resources. So no matter where they're at, again, if they need to have a shelter, we work very closely with not only the domestic violence shelters, but the sexual assault crisis response teams, so that they have every possible resource. And through our state program here in California, at least, and throughout other states as well, is our victim assistance programs that are out there that help with things like relocation, counseling and therapy, so that they don't have to use their hard-earned money in order to cover costs to be able to survive, to thrive, and get through that process.
Right, right. And Patricia, as far as, once a woman or a family comes to you and you offer them resources to kind of get them back, into the society, do you guys offer any kind of resources that would say help empower women to take control of their own safety, or other resources to kind of help them move forward?
We do, and especially with our self-defense and safety classes, to make sure that they are able to use their voice, their hands, their body to protect themselves. But and that's through Krav Maga, self-defense and safety. If they also want to be able to get tasers and use that aspect. But we also here do believe in our Second Amendment right. Of course, safety first, but we do believe in making sure that victims have a right to protect themselves, protect their children, protect their family, and whatever we can do to guide them and help them through that process, we're there to do that.
Right. And Patricia, you and I have spoken, a number of times about, what you do and what Not Me CA does, right? Because you're an organization that handles all of Southern California, and Not Me also has PACs that are up in Orange County to the Inland Empire, all the way down to San Diego. So you and I both have the same mission and the same message, right? That we really want to empower women to be their own protector. And to your point, firearms is great, but it's not like the first defense in a lot of situations, because you have a lot of moms that are out there, right? And firearms can be scary to some women that have never shot a firearm for the first time. But, Krav Maga, pepper spray, situational, self-awareness classes, all of these are tools that women can add to their tool belt to help them become their own protector. And once they're comfortable and they want to take that next step to, purchase a firearm and, learn how to train with that, like, I think that's great.
I think it's incredible, and I think every woman should be able to know that it is okay to protect yourself, whether it's by, a man attacking you, whether it's a female attacking you, whether it's a family member. It doesn't matter if it's a stranger, whatever that is. I think women tend to think that we want to care for and nurture, and that we can't fight back or we can't hit or any of that stuff. But I'm here to say that that's changed. And we can fight back. We should always be able to do whatever we need to do to protect ourselves. And again, that's with our voice, our hands, our feet, our legs, our body, our minds, our spirit. And like I said, whether it's a taser, whether it's you get a weapon and you get a gun, but always remembering that safety is priority, always. And if you have children in the home, you should always make sure that there is a safety plan in place.
Right. And Patricia, I do Krav Maga, right? This is a big thing that I've actually taken on so I can learn to protect myself. And what's crazy is when we're doing a lot of our training that we do, some of the scenarios that we put through is actually protecting, like a child or, someone else that's important to us, because, I'm not a mother myself, but I know there's a lot of moms out there that listen. You will protect your children no matter what. And unfortunately, in some of these situations where, women are victims of domestic violence or sexual assault, 8 out of 10 situations, the woman actually knew the person that was sexually assaulting them. And that's crazy, right? Because it could be anybody, and it could be anybody that that could potentially do this to you. And to me, that's a very scary thought.
It's very scary. It's very scary for our youth, for our elderly, and everybody in between, because it can happen to anybody. It crosses all boundaries. Doesn't matter what your faith and religion is. Doesn't matter what your income level is. Doesn't matter, if you live in a house or an apartment. All of those things don't matter. It can happen to anyone, and it can happen anywhere. And sometimes, and most of the times, is where it's least expected. And then it also happens the majority of times by somebody that you know. It could be a family member, it could be a friend. It could, it happens at universities, colleges, everywhere. So it is time that we speak about it. And if you know something, like the thing is you say something, you see something, you say something, you do something. So if you know someone that has been in danger and you're not sure what to do for them, just be there for them also. You know, you can listen to them, you can help them, you can support them to come forward or to get the correct help to be able to survive and thrive.
Thrive and thrive. I love that. That's a great motto right there.
Yeah, because you also don't have to be defined by what happened to you. It's going to take a process to go through what you went through, but you don't have to be defined for the rest of your life by that. You can break the cycles, you can survive, you can thrive, you can be a warrior and a champion, not only for yourself, but for many others in the community as well.
Right. And half the problems or half the troubles that people have is trying to move past that trauma and be able to work through it. But I think that once they can move past that, you know, they're going to be in a much better situation.
Well, you know, I always do say that it is a life sentence as well. You know, it does change you forever. So when you victimized and traumatized, you go through that and you're never going to be the same person. But that doesn't mean that you can't be a better person or a stronger person and be able to make a difference in your community, because you can. It's just you are a changed person. And sometimes it's hard for your family and friends to understand the new you and who you are. But you know what? It's your voice. It's your life, and you can be whoever you so choose to be.
Hey, Patricia, can you hang with us for... Oh, no?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
She's got to go.
Thank you very much for calling in. We really appreciate it. Hope to hear from you down the road.
Perfect. Thank you so much. If anybody out there is in need of help, they can go to crimesurvivors.org, and we will be there to help and support.
All right.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.